Hey everyone, it's Coach Pam here. Guess you can see in the background, it's snowing. What? It was 70 degrees here yesterday. But anyway, I'm coming to you live from my car because my husband's working from home. And it's a half day for the kids today. They get out at 11:30. And I got to run to the grocery store before I get home. But I wanted to go into how we can start to prevent weight gain when we get into perimenopause. This is part 3 of my series. It's Coach Pam here from Coach Pam Fitness, by the way, in case I forgot to say that. But so I actually really love getting older. I have become more comfortable with who I am. I know who I am. I'm much more confident. I feel like I'm not looking at you all, because I have my phone different. I had to jerry-rig something. But anyway, I'm much more confident in who I am and who I'm supposed to be, and just me in general. I mean, you probably can't tell it right now, but I'm painfully shy. And even 3 years ago, before I started my journey, I never would have been doing stuff like this at all, ever. So I really love growing older and the confidence I've gained and the knowledge I've gained. However, there's one thing that I'm not happy about gaining as I get older, and that is weight, especially around the middle. When you're perimenopausal and menopausal, you tend to gain weight around your tummy area, and that's the one thing I don't like about getting older. But I will say, and I'm looking down because I'm looking at notes because I don't want to forget anything. You know, yesterday's video was a hot mess. But, so how can we prevent gaining that weight around our middle and just gaining weight in general? One of the ways that we can do it is reducing our stress, because stress reduces cortisol, which causes us to crave sweet and salty foods, which makes us eat more. Therefore, we eat more, we get more belly fat. So how can we reduce that or prevent it or reverse it? Well, one thing we need to do is reduce our stress, right? As we get older and our kids get older, I am much more stressed now than when my kids were younger. I'm worried about my 16-year-old driving. I'm worried about what he's doing. My 11-year-old is copying a teenage attitude now, so it's much more stressful. So we need to try and reduce stress. And one way that we counteract our stress is we eat, right? We get stressed and we just want to eat because the cortisol is released. So we just kind of mindlessly start munching on food and eating to try and fill that void. And so we need to figure out what triggers that stress so we can reduce it. Figure out what triggers us to want to eat so we can figure out how to do that. And when we feel stressed and we want to eat, I like to figure out a way to keep my hands and my mind busy so I'm not wanting to reach for the chips or the cookies. And one way I do that is I journal my feelings, and it just keeps the mind-hand connection moving, and it gives you something else to focus on. And then it also helps you acknowledge and own those emotions that you're feeling, because sometimes we don't want to acknowledge what we're feeling and we don't want to own it, but we need to make it ours and we need to acknowledge it so that we can toss it aside. So journaling is a great way. This week I have been practicing yoga, and it's been teaching me to be very mindful, and I'll get into that in a minute. We also can go for a walk, get outside, enjoy the sun, do something else to keep your hands busy. If you knit or crochet, that's a great way to relieve your stress. Turning on some jams. When I'm super stressed, I like to turn on some jams from the 80s and dance away in my living room and not care that anybody else is watching. And it just kind of makes you feel good, right? Those jams that you grew up with that you like and have a happy beat, they make you feel good. So the other thing we need to learn how to do is practice mindfulness. And mindfulness is just being present in the moment. It's owning your thoughts and owning your thoughts and your feelings, and being aware of your whole body. And I've just been starting that this week, and it's really made a difference. And I'm still learning how to do it, but I'm enjoying it, and I'm going to share an article with you in the blog that's going to follow this video. If you have any questions, please post them, and I will see what I can do to answer them. But I'm putting the finishing touches on my blog. I'll post it in the link so that you can read about how to start practicing mindfulness to reduce your stress, to help start reversing the process of perimenopausal and menopausal weight gain. All right, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.